Hey guys, so here is the new Uniden LRD750. It's one of Uniden's new radar detectors that they recently released, and this is their mid-tier one. This is the 750 right here. They also offer the LRD450 and the LRD950. Obviously they're going to be a little bit more or a little bit less expensive, and they come with more or less features. So this is the mid-tier one, and in this video I just wanted to go ahead and show you guys the detector, go over the design, the different features. We'll run through the menus so you can see kind of what options it has available. I just opened the guy up yesterday, so I'm going to be spending the next couple of weeks or so putting it through, its paces in terms of testing to figure out performance, all that good stuff. The LRD950 has actually been performing quite well in my recent testing, and so because of that I was kind of curious about some of the more affordable unit options just to see how those guys compare. So just acquired the 450 and the 750 as well, and I'm going to go ahead and start doing some testing on these guys. But to start us off, let's go ahead and take a look at the detector itself and just kind of get familiar with the unit. So basically with this unit we can see we've got a black shell. On the sides we have kind of this gray trim. You can see it's on both sides, the right and left. It's not all black. The 950, it's the same thing. It's got kind of the gray on the sides. The 450, it's all black on all sides, which actually I prefer just kind of for stealth, less reflective on the windshield, that kind of stuff. But this one does have the gray right there. The display, it's kind of like the red line in that it has a whole bunch of these little bitty red LEDs. In the documentation they call it a dot matrix display. Cool. You can see right there we've got our voltage displayed here, and then the H tells us that we are in highway mode. We'll go ahead and hit it with radar and show you what the alerts look like. We've got a couple buttons here on top to configure the unit, change some of the options, and dive into the menus. On this side we've got our power cable. It's a little round power cable. It does not use an RJ11 cable. There is no USB port available on the detector, so it does not have the ability to offer firmware updates. We've got our power/volume dial right there, and we'll go ahead and turn it off, and then we'll boot it up so you can see the display and hear the different alerts.
X-band, K-band, Ka-band, laser.
So there's the boot up process. There is an option for a quiet boot up if you want, and I can enable that just to show you guys the difference, but this is handy to just kind of see how everything looks. So let's go ahead and do that one more time so you guys can take a look.
X-band, K-band, Ka-band, laser.
So there you go. There's how these signals look and sound on this LRD750. If we take a look at the main end of the unit, we've got our radar condenser horn right there. The antenna is just behind there. We've got our laser receiver here for the front, and this is our rear laser receiver. We'll have to see how well that does in practice. But yeah, so there's a look at just kind of the physical properties of the unit. Let's go ahead and dive into the features now, the menus and the buttons. So we've got 4 buttons here on top. We've got city for city and highway modes. We've got our menu that we can go into. We've got our mute button right there. And then finally we've got a button here to change the brightness of the display. So unlike the LRD750, or sorry, the 450, which does not have a menu button and it requires pressing and holding some of these buttons, this unit pressing and holding actually doesn't do anything. It's basically just tapping like that and going through the options. So as far as changing our filtering options, we've got highway mode right there, which is full sensitivity on all bands. We can also change to city mode, which will turn off X-band for us. And also, one other thing which I think is a little bit confusing, I don't exactly understand the wording, but according to the manual, city mode says it provides audio and visual alerts at any time all bands and laser are detected, which makes sense. But then it also said provides a stronger signal so it can pick up weaker transmissions. Which I don't quite understand. This thing isn't providing any signals. Maybe I don't think it's going to be more sensitive in city, so my guess is that it may require a stronger signal. There may be some sort of signal strength filtering going on. I don't know, so I'm going to test that out. Kind of interesting to see, and I don't quite get the verbiage there, but whatever. So city and highway, there's only one city and one highway option here.
Highway.
We've got our menu button right there. We can turn voice alerts on and off, which is one of the differences between this and the 450. I'll go over kind of all of them, what the differences are.
X-band on.
We can turn our individual bands on and off here as well, which again we cannot do on the 450. So if we want,
X on.
We can turn them on and off like that.
X
We'll
band
do
off.
X band off for now.
K band on.
K,
KA
KA.
band on. Laser on.
So we can turn, as usual, all the different bands on and off, which is really handy. I like that you can turn laser off if needed. Can't do that on the 450, but you can here on the 750 if you're getting laser falses. Oops.
Menu. Voice. Voice. On. XKKA. Laser on. Pop. On.
We can turn pop on and off.
On. Pop. On. Filter on.
We do have a K-band filter, which we can turn on and off. Turn it off for better performance. On for reduced false alerts.
Auto mute on.
Turn our auto mute functionality on and off. Probably low battery warning, kind of handy.
Self-test on.
And we'll go ahead and
Self-test off.
turn the self-test off for now. I'll show you that in just a second. And if we want, we can reset all factory defaults.
Exit.
Okay, cool.
Exit.
There we go. So that's a look through the menus. As you can see, compared to the LRD450, we do have the ability to turn the individual bands on and off, such as X, K, KA, and laser. I really do like that functionality. The display here is a little bit different. It is actually, let's go ahead and hit it with the KA band, and you'll get to see what the alerts look like.
KA band.
Okay, so it looks like we do not get a frequency display on this unit either. We do get our signal strength. So you can see right there, anywhere from 1 to 5. Kind of a bummer that we don't get a frequency display option. I find that feature really, really helpful in practice, but it's not available here on this unit. So let's go ahead and turn it off real quick. Remember that boot up process? I turned off the whole, well, here. So all you get is just that single beep, and then the detector boots right up. So that's probably how you'd want to run it in practice, just to quiet it down and not have that whole long, annoying startup with a bunch of beeps and sounds. But it is turned on by default, and you have the option to turn it off as you wish. The screen brightness can be adjusted. We've got 3 different levels.
Dim.
We can make it dim.
Dark.
We can also make it dark, which, it's daytime right now, so it's going to be kind of dark. It's not full dark mode with the screen turned off. It's a very, very dim option in practice with dark mode. And then if you want,
Bright.
you can put it back to full brightness. So again, 3 different brightness levels: bright,
Dim.
dim,
Dark.
and dark, which again is not off.
Bright.
Okay, and then we have our mute button there for when we're getting an alert. Go ahead and trigger it again. Oh, nice and responsive.
KA band. Mute on.
We can press that button, and if we continue getting the alert, you'll see there's no longer any sort of audio. Can we unmute? Nope, we can't press it again to unmute the signal, so it's just a mute button. Okay. So there you go. There's a look at the LRD750 here. So again, it's a pretty simple unit. It doesn't have a whole bunch of bells and whistles, features, and options. It comes in a blister pack just like the 450. The 950's packaged a little bit better. Comes in a box, but yeah, so pretty simple. It seems like it's very comparable to the 450 for a couple bucks more. You just got a fancier display. You have the options to turn some of the individual bands on and off, which I do like. You still do not have the ability to see the frequency display. You've got a menu here, which you can actually go in and change the options. Still no option to change or update the firmware at all. Our laser sensitivity, we can look at this. We've got our anti-laser tester again, which simulates a whole bunch of different guns, and we'll simulate the Dragon Eye Compact. So to do that, just go ahead and press this guy 9 times now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And go ahead and shoot this guy. So there it is, responding to the pulse pattern from the Dragon Eye Compact. So, that gun is mute.
On.
That gun, for those of you guys who aren't familiar with it, is designed specifically to defeat laser jammers. The pulse rate is pretty sophisticated pulse pattern, and this detector, unlike some of the other ones that I've tested, actually can detect the pulse pattern from that particular recording of the Dragon Eye Compact. So, really good. Just tells me that Uniden has been doing their homework there, so well done there. But yeah, so again, this unit retails for 130 bucks. You can find it online for $100 or less. Over the next couple of weeks, I'll be doing some testing to kind of get a feel for its performance, how it compares to the competition, see if performance-wise it's anything like its big brother, the LRD950, because if it is, it's going to be a pretty sweet bang for the buck there, and that's kind of what I'm hoping these detectors are going to be. They may or may not be performance-wise the same as the LRD950. I do know that the internals are a little bit different, but we'll just have to wait and see to, get an idea as far as how this guy performs. So there you go. There's a look at the Uniden LRD750.